Hello everybody and welcome to this video. How are you doing? Hope you're doing alright. Hope you'll enjoy it because it might be the most content you'll get this year, so... I don't know, not my problem I guess, I'm not consuming my own content, so... Today, I'm going to be talking about this. I've spent 20 minutes trying to film this video, so ignore that. I'm not reshooting the intro, so... Anyways, I'm here for this computer, which is great, and I'll tell you more about that in a second, but... Yeah. I wanted to talk about my computer, because I like it, and I feel like I should share something with the internet, because I don't have anything else to make a video about, so... I might as well flex on you about my computer. Well, not a flex, I'm just showing it off. Okay, that's literally the definition of flexing. Whatever, I'm just... Okay, well, what I wanted to do in this video is kind of show it off, talk about it, and review its performance in games. Also compare it to my old machine, because that's a whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have a plan for this video, so if it seems like a mess of a video, then that's why. Because it is a mess, and I don't have a plan, so you're in for a wild ride. But before we get on to the specs and whatnot of this thing, I want to take us back in time to 2017. Yes, this is what I was going to show you. This thing, which is an HP Pavilion something. Is it Pavilion? I don't even know. It sounds like Pavilion. I hope it's Pavilion or I'm gonna sound really dumb. But the HP Pavilion 15-inch something, I don't know. It was a great computer for the time, at least for me, but it slowly fell apart, and I will tell you more about that just now. I don't know why I was doing that, but yeah. So this is a great computer. It's broken because I've screwed it. No. Why is the computer broken, you might ask? Well, this isn't actually broken. That's just because I've opened up the computer to check it, and I also rescued my hard drive out. But other than that, though, it's broken for two reasons. And I'll show you why. Well, I can't really show you because they're not very visual when it's turned off, but I'll try and visualize it for you. So the first thing, I mean, it doesn't look very broken, but it is. One thing that is bad about this computer is the touchpad, but anyways, moving on. The one thing that was notoriously broken about this computer is this screen. It just broke. I didn't break it by like squeezing it or maybe shutting it fast. It might just be a cable that's disconnected, but in my eyes and at least thoughts, it's broken. And I didn't really know what to do about it, so it was broken for a year as I was still using it. And then the other thing, which was the real giveaway that this machine was giving up, was that the battery started literally inflating, and if I had left it running for more than I did, it could have maybe exploded. Which is a lovely thought considering that I sit here at this very computer all the time, every day. It was fitting at the time, and it was also good for me at the time. But it has a 1050, of course, since it's a laptop, it's like one of those mobile versions of the 1050, but it's a 1050, you know. It's a 1050, which in comparison to my old computer is better than integrated graphics. Yes, I was using integrated graphics back in the day, but that's besides the point. 8 gigabytes of memory. I don't know the specific like megahertz or that, but I do know it was 8. It had an i5 processor. Now I don't specifically know the model number, but I do know that it's the 7th generation of i5, so I don't know about that, but it worked at the time, and now it doesn't, and that's kind of the main point. I may be thinking, didn't you have a laptop for a reason? And yes, I did. The reason why I bought a laptop to begin with is because I wanted to bring it places, but I brought it out of the house twice in its entire lifetime. At least somewhere around twice. So I thought to myself when I was thinking about getting a new computer that, does it really matter if it's portable? And then I came to the conclusion that no, it isn't. I don't need a portable computer anymore, especially considering that I have a Mac already. I just don't need a portable computer. So it became a desktop, and it was the best decision I've made in my life, basically. And I also think it's much better to have a chassis and everything that if something breaks, I can just replace stuff from, instead of having to buy a whole new laptop once the fan breaks. Because if a fan breaks in here, I can just tear it out and buy a new one. So that is very convenient, and it saves me a lot of money. Because then I don't have to buy a new laptop every 3 years. So that was a big part of it. But I also just wanted a desktop because I've never had a desktop. So that was also exciting. Now you might be thinking, how'd you get the computer? Like, did you build it yourself? No, I didn't. And the main reason for that is because I was afraid of mangling a CPU socket or throwing a motherboard across the room. And I just don't have the money to replace those types of parts if that were to happen. So I think for now, having a pre-built is a better idea than building it myself. Now, of course, once I'm going on to the second generation of building a new PC, or getting a new PC, I should say, then it doesn't matter, because if something breaks, I can just use the part from here that broke if I needed to. So at least now I have something to fall back on. But I did get it kind of built for myself, but I'll explain that now. The first, I thought, okay, well, if I'm gonna buy a new PC, I'm gonna buy it from Origin PC. Then I looked at the pricing, I was like, and then I was like, but you know, I was fine with it at the time. You know, sure, it's expensive, but it's fine. But then one day, a couple of months after I had first chosen Origin to be the builder of the PC, I went into the shipping. This better be recording or I'm gonna literally lose my mind. Right, I don't know what happened then, but my recording stopped and I literally finished recording the video, but I'll do it again, it's fine. The shipping, right. I was thinking of Origin PC, and then long story short, the shipping was 800 euros, which I should have thought of at the time, like before I actually went and checked it, but I didn't, and so that was, you know, something I burned myself on. But then I rethought, and I was like, who else could ship me a system? And then I thought, Comprat could do it, which is a Norwegian kind of computer seller thing person. Not a person, it's just a company. But they sell computers, but also loads of other stuff that, like, doesn't have anything to do with computers at all. They're just a tech store, I would say. Sort of a pre-built, but I did customize the parts myself. So it's my own chosen stuff in there. So it's like, kind of like I built it, but not really. But now you're wondering, what's this machine made of? And I will tell you right now, I guess. I don't know if you can see it in frame, but I hope you do, because this is a Fantex, and to be specific, it's the P400A black version. And the black basically has no RGB, which was a complete mistake because I was supposed to buy RGB, but I didn't. So that's, you know, a tragedy, but oh well. For graphics, I have a 3070, which, yes, was a nightmare to achieve and get into my house, but I did. And to be specific about it, it is a gigabyte card, and it's the Gaming OC. Yes, the RTX 3070 Gaming OC. For processor, I went Intel, and as for the reason as to why I didn't go AMD, it's literally just because I don't know much about AMD, so literal only reason why I didn't pick AMD. But I'm just used to doing Intel, and I know Intel. But what Intel processor? Well, I got the Intel i7-10700KF. And the KF means overclockable. Well, the K means overclockable. And the F means that there is no onboard video. So now, I don't feel like I need to explain this because the people watching this video probably already know this sort of stuff. But I'll explain it anyways. The onboard video is basically like a graphics card within the CPU, and it isn't included on here. So, not that anyone cared, but I'll go with it anyways. The cooler for the CPU that I got is a Cooler Master Hyper 212 ARGB, which is addressable RGB. For RAM, I went HyperX Fury DDR4, 3200 megahertz, and that's basically it. Did I even say how much? I got 16 gigs. Okay, I don't think I said how much, but yeah, 16 gigs, and it works like a charm, except for when I'm playing City Skylines with loads of mods. As you might know if you play City Skylines, it is a memory hog. As for storage, I got an M.2 drive and a hard drive, and they do the job. I'm kind of regretting the hard drive decision. I should have done a SSD, like a SATA SSD, but I didn't, so can't really change that now. But yeah, the M.2 is a Corsair Force M.2. Wait, what? Corsair Force MP510 with a terabyte of storage, and the hard drive is Seagate Barracuda with 3 terabytes. And I mean, there's not much more interesting with that. One's faster than the other. The faster one is the M.2, and that's where I have my boot drive. And these components nobody really cares about, but I feel like I have to mention it anyways, and I also have to read it because I don't know. The motherboard is an ROG Strix B450F Gaming. It's a motherboard. It was cheap in comparison to the other ones that I could choose on the website, but it also does the job. And then the PSU, the power supply, is a Corsair TX650M. So, you know, that's a thing. So yeah, that's my specs, and here it all is, and it's wonderful, and I hope I'm showing some B-roll right now. Yeah. I wanted to do something else just to show you the potential of this great computer, which is to just play games. And by that, I don't mean necessarily show you just clips of a game. I want to get you immersed into the game. So I'm going to have a couple of games and I'm going to play in a second, and I'm going to show you performance, although I'll record that later. So there's going to be a continuity error with the addressing and also the location, but that's fine because here we are, and we're in gaming mode, as you can see, with the headphones and everything. You might also be seeing more spots in my face. Maybe my hair's gotten longer, who knows? But we're here, and we're here to play some games. For this gaming segment, I have picked 4 games, and those games being GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil Village, and Minecraft RTX. Windows 10 edition, whatever you want to call it. And these games are going to basically showcase kind of the performance that you can expect in a machine like this. So without further ado, let's get into it, I guess. I've also been very smart, and I've installed this, which basically is going to give some statistics and whatnot. So up in the corner right over there, we have some lovely stats, and the top one is GPU, and it shows the temperature and then the percentage. Memory, which is just VRAM, right now it's at 1,483 megabytes, so make sure that you convert it in your head. It is technically 1.4 gigabytes. And then we have the CPU percentage, RAM, which is just normal RAM, so currently it's at 9 gigs. And then we have frames per second and then frame time. Now, if you're a real nerd, then I guess you're looking at the frame time, but for normal people, just look at the frame counter. That's enough. But I'm not going to keep that on all the... There we go. I'm not going to keep that on all the time, but just when it feels necessary. So if we go to the settings, which are over here, we can go to graphics, and then we do run benchmark tests. And what happens here is we just run a benchmark. So as you can see, we're averaging at about 70 to 80. We're even getting as high as 100. I mean, ooh, I don't know what that was. It looks really great. I don't know what graphics preset it's on, but I'm pretty sure it's like one of the highest, if not the highest. So yeah, it runs quite well. And sure, this is an older game, but it still looks great, and it is somewhat performance heavy. So it's nice to see these sort of results on a billion-dollar computer. One thing I will say about this benchmark is that it's really revealing to me how beautiful GTA 5 is. Like, I've been playing it a lot recently, but it's surprisingly beautiful. Here we go. This is cool. I haven't done this fully throughout, so I haven't really seen the full thing. Right, so the benchmark's done. I was fiddling around with some other stuff while it was going, but yeah, it looked pretty good from what I could see. But that was just a benchmark. Now I'm actually going to go in-game and actually play the game for a bit so you can get an idea of what it would look like and what it would feel like. So, we're in-game, and I'm totally going to pretend as if I hadn't talked for a while and then realized I was playing copyrighted music in the radio. But I've been playing it for a second, and it looks fantastic. I mean, it runs fantastically as well. The frame times are okay. I mean, they're not dipping to the point where I'm seeing, like, lag or stutters, if that's the right term for it. But yeah, it looks great. I mean, my driving isn't great, but yeah. Also, I installed the mod menu a while ago so I can fix my car. Yeah, it looks great, and I kind of want to try and push it to the limit. So let's see what we can do, because of course, a big part of GTA and playing it on PC is modding it, especially with stuff like 5M and doing role plays. You know, that's very popular at the moment. So I want to push it to the limits and kind of play around with some mods and see what I can do. So yeah, let's cause a bit of mayhem. Let's first of all change the weather. Let's go to thunder. Ooh. And then let's go to nighttime, because obviously with the lighting, it's going to get a bit more demanding. And I mean, it still runs perfectly fine. It looks great. Like, honestly, I love how GTA looks, not how my driving looks. So, oh god, I just died. Okay. Just cut the cameras, don't look. Oh god. That death was canon, by the way. We now have to play as Michael because I kind of killed Franklin. So, yeah, let's test with him instead and maybe turn on invisibility. Here we go. Here's a nice car. I mean, sure, it's a bit ugly, but it works, okay? Then what I'm going to do is try and not drive into people. Then I'm going to turn on massacre mode, which makes everything go bang. And I think you can tell why this would be a bit graphically demanding, because everything's blowing up and things are happening. But yeah, oh my god, it looks really good, and it's running really smoothly too. Apparently not smoothly enough for me to drive properly, but it works, and I'm driving, causing massacres upon the people. I mean, that's not as great, but oh well. In the vehicle menu, you have this race boost on horn, and let me show you. It's amazing. You know how much this car costs? It gets a bit fast. Ooh, another thing I'd like to show you. Let's make it daytime first, though. Is teleportation, because obviously when you teleport to a completely random place, you need to load things, and well, I'll show you. It takes pretty much no time whatsoever. Let's go to Mount Chiliad. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Oh, I'm literally on Mount Chiliad, okay. Oh no, I'm gonna go flying down it, but that's fine. You saw how fast that went, and like, I'm just saying, like, it takes no time at all, and the game looks great. Point being, sure, it's an old game, but it looks great, and it runs very well. At least, in my eyes, it does. I don't know if you guys are seeing something else, but yeah. What is this bullshit? I'd imagine that the only thing that doesn't run great right now is this car, which has been battered and bruised. Oh, God. I kind of forgot I was recording a video there. I'm just having fun driving around. Like, if you haven't played this game on PC with mods, then I definitely recommend that you find a way to do it, because, wow, it's a really cool and fun game. All in all, I have to say that this game runs quite well, and play it. I would also like to mention that this is running on high, or no, very high graphic settings, so yeah. You can really get the best potential out of the game with this graphics card and RAM and whatnot. I'd also like to say that if you want to play 5M, then it's basically the same as here. How did I survive that? Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I've turned on my massacre mod. Oops. Yeah. If you want to play 5M with a 3070, for example, then it'll run just as well as this is doing, so... yeah. Oh, jeez. So, the next game in my list is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, it is also a Rockstar game, but it's much newer than GTA 5, and it has higher graphics requirements than GTA 5, and it also looks much better graphically. So let's see if my computer can handle this. I mean, I know if it does or not, because I've played, like, what is it, 30 hours of this game? But still, I'm just trying to put some anticipation up on the table. I will say one thing about this game is that it does reach like the ballpark of max for my computer, but it goes fine, so it's okay. Now for Red Dead, I'm not going to show a benchmark because I kind of grew sick of it the first time, but I'll show you the settings this time, unlike what I did with GTA, and it's all on ultra and high, and some of it's turned down just because it's unnecessary to have it on ultra, and it takes up more, like, memory, for example, for no reason, really, whatsoever. So, yeah. Oh, God. Right, so we're in the game, and, I mean, Arthur's just stood here, like, nothing important is supposed to be done. But we're in the city, St. Denis. Let's turn on the thing. It's running at 60 to 70 at the moment, which I would say is acceptable. It's definitely lower than GTA, but again, it runs. It is at some points almost dipping to 59, so under 60, but it runs fine. And I would say that this is probably like a stress test, because this is the big city part of the game, which obviously in any game, if there's a big city, is going to be graphically demanding since there's so much stuff going on, NPCs everywhere. It did just drop under 60, but yeah. Although do keep in mind this is on ultra, and you know, this is balls to the walls. There's a beggar. Let's give him some money. I need more good reputation. So.
Oh, thank you, sir.
There we go. I'm rich, by the way. I don't know how I achieved that, but yeah.
It means a lot to me.
There's my horse. My horse's name is Hayes, and I love my horse. Yeah, let's do some riding. God, try and avoid the tram and the people. Oh God. Yeah, not very good at horse riding in this game, but maybe that's why I don't play it much anymore. Oh well. Unnecessaryhorsehopping.com. Anyways, love this game. Love how it looks. I mean, it looks so good, and with the addition of like the amount of detail that's in this game, it blends together so well with how good the game looks and how realistic some stuff is. Like, for example, putting tracks in the mud and whatnot. So yeah, also quite funny how I managed to avoid the train. I don't know how I did that, but yeah. Anyways, point proven. This game looks great on here, and yeah, I guess we can move on to Village. So, Resident Evil Village is the newest game on this like list of games to show off. But again, it looks great. It was released this year in May. I played through it all. I loved it. I've played through it like 3 times. I heavily recommend it if you haven't played it already. But yeah, I'm just going to load a random save and then show that it's cool. Now, the problem with showing that it's cool is that the recording looked like this. And also, can I just mention the fact that my camera broke in the middle of, like, recording this? That was kind of funny. But yeah, Resident Evil Village gets a DNF because it just didn't work. So, there you go. You're welcome. Right, so this is Minecraft RTX, and it's running at, like... So Afterburner, which is the thing that shows the stats up here, didn't work for Minecraft RTX, or Bedrock. So I just have to go here and turn on the FPS counter through the GeForce experience, but that's fine. Although I will say I should have just used this to begin with because it shows basically everything, and I'm sure it would have worked for all the other ones. But here it is, and it looks great. And oh, there's my castle, by the way. Yeah, it looks great, and this is the castle I've been building. It's okay. So here's, before you critique me, let me just turn off the menu. Before you critique me, let me just say this isn't supposed to be beautiful. It was just to test lighting, and then I kind of got overhand, and then I maybe built the entire thing. Well, it's not done yet. I kind of forgot about it for a couple of months, but I might have built like a fully fledged castle, and it looks incredible with RTX on. I mean, it makes a whole world of difference, honestly. I can turn that off for a bit. But yeah, this looks great, and it's running, as you've seen, very well, and there's no hitches or anything. Yeah. It's a bit loud. Don't worry, I'll actually load up like a proper world that's used to show performance and whatnot, but I just wanted to show off my cool castle. I forgot how cool this place is. Anyways, right, so here's like an actual test world for testing lighting and whatnot, and you could just see how cool this is. Like, this is just glass, and then there's water under. Like, I could show you. Oh wow, that's a lot of light. But yeah, that's how that works. Let me just get rid of that. This is a world to show off lighting and whatnot. So if we go to room examples, I think there's the infamous kitchen scene somewhere here. Yeah, here we go. You could just see the lovely lighting with RTX. Anyways, point is, looks good, and it plays well, and that's basically the most important stuff, isn't it? Oh my god, this is incredible. That's a mirror? I thought that... This room is tiny. I thought it was massive. That's so cool. Yeah. So yeah, that was the gaming section of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gives some reference as to the performance that you can expect from a machine spec'd as mine or my machine itself. Yeah, I got to play games, and I got to make content. So yeah, I should definitely make more gaming videos is what I've noticed by doing this. Also, since I'm a time traveler, I might as well mention that in a few seconds you're gonna see the shot that you saw previously of me talking about my computer, and I'm gonna say, oh, I need to check that it's still recording, and then, oh my god, it is, let's finish it before it ends. I'm gonna check that it's still recording. Oh my god, it is. Okay, I should probably finish this up before it starts recording again. Right, well, that was this video. See you in a year, I guess. I hope not, but if you want to see more of my content, like one video next year, then you can subscribe, or if you enjoyed this video, I have other videos on my channel too, so you could check those out. If you like this video, give it a like, or actually, no. If you like this computer, or the specs, give it a like, and if you hate my computer, and also, if you hate pandas, dislike. Nobody's gonna dislike this video. If you dislike this video, you're a menace to society. Yeah, I'm gonna play some games now that I'm done recording this, so have a nice day, thanks for watching, and goodbye!